In the heart of the desolate countryside, there was a place long forgotten by time, a forgotten manor that sat forlornly at the end of an old gravel road. The whispers of history breathed within its crumbling walls, while the mournful howl of the wind seemed to weave through the ancient cracks and crevices, carrying with it secrets best left undiscovered. Laura had heard the tales when she first moved to the nearby town, the hushed warnings to newcomers about the old Grayson Manor. They said it was haunted, cursed perhaps, a place where shadows lingered longer than they should. But Laura was the curious sort, drawn inexorably to mystery like a moth to a flame. It was early evening when she arrived, the sky painted with the fiery hues of the setting sun. The manor loomed darkly against the vibrant backdrop, its silhouette stark and foreboding. Weather-beaten and weary, the house exuded an aura that dared the timid to venture near, yet beckoned the brave closer. Laura, with her heart pounding insistently in her chest, stepped cautiously through the overgrown weeds and made her way to the front entrance. The door, astonishingly, swung open with little resistance, revealing a grand yet derelict foyer. Dust motes danced in the dying light, swirling lazily in the stillness that enveloped the interior. She stepped inside, the planks creaking underfoot, and an unwelcome chill seeped through her. Laura's footsteps echoed down the empty halls as she ventured deeper into the manor, past the decaying grandeur of rooms long abandoned. The portraits that adorned the walls watched her passing with eyes that almost seemed alive, their painted visages warped by age and neglect. As she explored further, an oppressive silence hung heavily in the air, interrupted only by the distant murmur of the wind. Each door she tried revealed more of the same. Dust-covered furniture, cobwebs spun in every corner, and the persistent feeling of being watched. Then, in the fading twilight that streamed through a cracked window, she found a room that felt different. The library. Books lined the shelves, untouched by time, unlike everything else around them. A musty, distinctive scent filled the air, a mix of old leather and forgotten stories. Drawn to it, Laura ran her fingers over the spines of the books, selecting one at random. As she opened it, a cool breeze rustled the pages, releasing a flurry of forgotten memories trapped within. Her eyes skimmed the faded text until she reached a section that made her pause, scribbled notes in the margins in a hurried hand, warnings and ramblings about the house, the people who had lived here. Her spine tingled as she read the last stark message. It watches, always watching. She slammed the book shut, a nervous laugh escaping her lips at her reaction. "You're letting the stories get to you," she chided herself out loud, her voice sounding small in the vast room. Just then, she heard a faint sound downstairs, distinct against the silence. Footsteps, deliberate and slow. Her breath caught in her throat. She wasn't alone in the house. Heart pounding, she crept back to the foyer, peering down the shadowy staircase. Nothing. The moments ticked by in silence until the footsteps started again, this time accompanied by a quiet, almost melodic humming. It was coming from the parlor she had passed earlier. Against her better judgment, she tiptoed towards the sound, each step deliberate and measured. Peering around the doorframe, she saw a figure standing by the window, a young woman, unearthly pale with hair the color of moonlight. She was clad in what appeared to be an old-fashioned dress, and she seemed to glow in the dim light. The humming continued as she swayed gently, her back to Laura. "Hello?" Laura's voice came out as a whisper, trembling despite her attempt at bravery. The humming stopped instantly. An icy silence followed. The woman turned slowly, revealing strikingly beautiful yet sorrowful features. "H!" Her eyes met Laura's with an intensity that pinned her in place. "You shouldn't be here," the woman said, her voice a soft lilt that seemed to echo within the confines of the room. Laura swallowed hard, trying to match the ethereal gaze. "I was just exploring. I didn't mean to intrude." "This place is not safe," the woman warned, her expression unreadable, as if waiting for something unseen. Laura nodded, her mouth dry. "I've heard the stories. It's just curiosity got the better of me." The woman regarded her silently, then pointed to the window. "It's almost nightfall. You must leave before it awakens." "What awakens?" Laura asked, a chill crawling up her spine. The woman's eyes darkened. "The house remembers. It knows when it's been disturbed," she said cryptically, her form beginning to flicker like a candle struggling against a stiff breeze. Suddenly, the room felt unsteady, the walls seeming to pulse as if the house itself was drawing breath. Laura backed away, fear twisting her gut. "Leave this place," the woman implored, her voice growing fainter, as if carried away by the wind. "Forget you ever found it." With that final plea, she vanished, leaving nothing but a lingering chill in the room. Panic seized Laura. She turned and fled the manor, heart thundering in her chest, the echo of the woman's words chasing her into the descending night. Outside, the world had turned cold, the silence deafening as she dashed down the driveway, past the thrashing shadows that seemed to reach for her. As she stumbled onto the road, she chanced one last look back. The manor stood quietly in the darkness, its windows like vacant eyes reflecting the pale moonlight. Nervously, Laura expelled a shaky breath, determined to heed the warning she'd been given. She hurried back down the path, leaving the ancient structure behind. But even as she retreated, she could not shake the feeling that something watched her. Hidden in the night, it observed her inevitable departure, a silent sentry in the shadows. The oppressive presence hovered in the air, promising to linger longer than worry, a threat and a secret she would never fully escape. Never again would she wander to the outskirts of the town or seek adventure among old tales. The revelation had marked her, a knowledge dangerous and binding. Laura was now part of the story, cursed perhaps to ward others from what lay concealed in the dark heart of the Grayson Manor.